Bradley Aiden Johnson here with this is a great email. I think this will help a lot of people. Hey Bradley, I just recently subscribed to your channel last month. Your videos are very informational and informational, that is, not inspirational. But maybe they're inspirational too. Further study would be required. And you've done great with your weight loss. Keep up the good work, will do. I had been bulking for a while and just started to cut about 5 weeks ago. I'm 5'11", 23 years old, and weigh about 175 pounds right now. I train 6 times a week, 3 days on, 1 day off. I was getting around 3,300 calories during the bulk. Even with this much calories, I was barely putting on weight. I had used an online calculator to determine my maintenance calories and subtracted 500 calories from the maintenance. So I decided my calories for cutting would be 2,500. I started off at 176 pounds, and 4 weeks later, I'm at 175. First of all, if you eat 2,500 calories with good macros, I'm just going to cut in here. If you eat 2,500 calories with good macros for 4 weeks and you lose a pound, that is not high enough. So I would imagine that your maintenance would have been about 2,500, 2,600 calories. So the number to have started off with, I would have said, would be about between 2,000 and 2,100. But anyway, it goes on, it gets more complicated than that. See, if it was this there, you know, I've sorted it, but there's more. After a week, I had started dieting. I was barely losing weight with a 500 caloric deficit. So, by the way, it wasn't a caloric deficit. It was, you know, you have to remember that these online calculators are they're just numbers out of the air. You have to work it out yourself. So you did the right thing. So I had reduced the calories more. I continued to reduce calories each week because I wasn't seeing any results. Each week is too frequent. You need give your body 2 weeks on any diet, because before you check the numbers again. Because I wasn't even seeing the results. I'm now at 1850 calories and have been taking in that much for a week and a half. My macros are 185 carbs, 162 protein, and 51 grams of fat. Percentages are 40, 35, 25. Okay, first of all, your protein's too low. You're 175 pounds, taking 162 grams of protein. It's not just low, it's wildly low. Your protein per day should be 1.25, minimum 1.25 times your body weight. Off the top of my head, what is that, 175? It's like 230 grams of protein. So you're miles off with protein. That's the first point. If your protein isn't high enough, it makes the body more likely to burn muscle for energy, is the reason for that. Is there something wrong with my body? No, there isn't. Did I change my calories each week too soon? Yes, you did. Should I introduce cardio into my workouts? Nah. Do carbs need to be reduced? Well, yes, they will be, probably, depending on where your actual caloric baseline is with good macros. It tends to be the case. Well, at the moment, my carbs are high as hell. They're like, I'm 430 carbs at the moment. Like, there's no way to know if your carbs need to be. Carbs are the filler. You know, carbs are just pure energy that you feel once you've made sure that you hit your protein and fat minimums. You're at 25% fat at the moment, 51 grams of fat. I would say for someone of your size, it's a bit low. I have recommended 2.25 to people in the past, but I do think that at the moment, your current macros are just a bit low. At the moment, I'm cutting on, I think it's 0.29. I get about 100 grams of fat a day, and I think you should up your fat a little bit. But more important than that, you got to up your protein. Your fat, you know, could be worse, but like your protein's real low. I'm now eating 1,150 calories below my maintenance, and it did say maintenance like that, so I'll give it to him, and have barely seen any changes. I'm not sure at this point if I need to lower my calories even more or reset my diet by maybe eating maintenance calories for a week and then cutting again. I think my body fat composition may be 20% fat. If you could reply to this message with any help or advice than you have for me, I'd really appreciate. Thanks in advance, Sammy. A problem that I see with people a lot is miscalculating and miscounting calories. It's hard for me to say this is a problem because, first of all, the immediate response to anyone saying that is, what, not me, no, I calculate them right. But if with not enough experience, it is easy to miscalculate your calories. So the first thing I would do is go through that and make sure you're counting them correctly. After that, make sure your protein is high enough. It is way low. You need to get that protein up again. Also, I would ask again, since you started cutting, how has your training been affected? Are you training less frequently, more frequently? Are you responding to the lack of calories by training with less intensity? If that's happening, that's the case. If your workout schedule has dropped, it will of course decrease your metabolic rate, which will lower the amount of calories you need, and make that drop. If you go too low calories, your metabolism will shrink as well. Your body will reply to it and make it really difficult to burn fat. So what I would say to you is use my calorie calculator thingy, my calorie calculator thing, my cutting calculator thing, which is here. Work out some calories, macros, etc. based on quite a high percentage. Let's call it 3,000 calories, right? So do 3,000 calories and macros for that. Once you've done that, do that for 2 weeks and see what happens to your body. Note the first weight, the middle weight, and the weight after that. That will confirm it. Once you've done that, you'll have those numbers. You'll be able to tell whether you need to drop calories or increase calories again. Increase your fat percentage to let's call it 0.29 of your which is 29% of your total calories, and of course protein at 1.25, and just fill the rest with carbs or whatever. Try to keep your training intensity the same. Make sure your counting of your calories is accurate. Go for whole foods, as they tend to be more accurate in their calorie content. If you're eating things that from other places, like if you go to McDonald's and the burger says on the website it's this many calories, it may not be that based on how the person put it together. Not that I'm dissing McDonald's, I love McDonald's, they're cool people, man. Yeah, I think you need to reset and start again. And don't worry about the online calculators. They don't know. They have no clue. Just go with a number that sounds good to you if it matches. You said you were bulking, I think you said you were bulking at 3,300 calories and you weren't putting on much weight. That would lead me to infer your baseline is probably around 3,100, 33,000 calories. So start there, and you should stay at the same weight for 2 weeks. Once you do that, if you stay at the same weight exactly for 2 weeks, drop 600. Go from there with the same macro calculation as I've instructed you to take. A lot of people will find that that they burn out. I don't think this is your problem though. A lot of people find that they burn out their metabolism and keep dropping weight, keep dropping calories over and over again, and the body just responds to it by being smarter than you and making sure it doesn't burn fat and slows bodily processes down, and your metabolism just drops and it ruins everything. So what you got to do if that happens is either refeed, which is not your problem because you haven't been dieting long enough, or just start again. You need to start again and get good numbers to work with. Once you found the numbers, they'll work forever, but once you mess them up, you kind of have to reset and start again from working out your caloric baseline. That's my advice to you. Hopefully it's been some help. bradleyjohnson@gmail.com. If you've got any queries or theories or suggestions or anything, let me know. Other than that, like the video, like my Facebook, follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and of course subscribe. Peace.